They're always slow to open up. Oaks. Birch is always first of the three main trees we have in Nottinghamshire, then oak, and then ash. And when oaks like this, and on a day like this, a beautiful mid-April day, this is a good place to stand and look for one of our commonest leaf mining moths. And it's an easy one to identify, from the leaf mine that is. On this particular oak tree, there seem to be hundreds of this moth sat on the ends of the branches, on the unfurling leaves and opening buds. This is a moth that's been a victim in recent times of the taxonomists that like to move things around for those of us who've got websites and make things awkward. Up until a couple of years ago, this used to be Dyseriocrania subpurpurella, along with all the other Dyseriocranias that we have here in the UK, although we don't have too many, I must admit. It's only about half a dozen or so. Then all of a sudden some bright spark came along and decided to call this one Dyseriocrania subpurpurella. I can't see the point, taxonomy or not, but these attractive little moths can be seen by the hundreds on nice warm spring days. And as we go into the second half of April, moths are at their peak numbers. This one looks quite purplish, and there are sort of two forms of Dyseriocrania subpurpurella. One is a beautiful golden colour, although they can be rather tatty at times and appear quite colourless. This is the more purple form. Dyseriocranias as adults, unless you've got a microscope and a pair of forceps and a scalpel, can't really, in most cases, be determined from photographs. You need a specimen under the microscope in order to confirm the identification. However, the leaf mines and larvae of all our Dyseriocranias can be determined very easily from the leaf mines. And the leaf mine of Dyseriocrania subpurpurella is incredibly easy because it's the only Dyseriocrania that feeds on oak. And so the blotch-like leaf mines that will become prevalent once the leaves are open can easily be identified. The only thing you could possibly mistake them for are the leaf mines of some Hymenoptera or maybe weevils, but on the whole it's a very easy species to identify. They do a lot of this, and what this one is in fact actually doing at the moment is looking for the right place on which to lay. It's usually just one egg per leaf. You can occasionally get a couple of leaf mines per leaf, and those mines are usually near the edge. But these moths are only small from head to the end of the wings. You're only looking at about 7 or 8 mil. You're not talking big here. Many of the Dyseriocranias feed on birch. There's one that feeds on hazel, which hasn't been recorded in Nottinghamshire for many years. It's one I've sort of perennially looked out for. This one is immensely common, found pretty much everywhere where there's an oak, and no doubt that you'll even get these in suburban areas. They do turn up at light. If you're trapping woodland in spring this time of year, you can get hundreds and hundreds of these drop into an MV light. And you don't even need an MV light to see this moth. Just go and stand at the side of an oak on a lovely sunny day like it is here at Burnstump Country Park, as long as it's not too windy, and you will see these moths flying in abundance. It's a lovely little thing, They're perhaps a little bit unmoth-like. If anything, structurally they could appear like a caddisfly more than a moth. But they are a moth. Say, we have about half a dozen or so species in the UK. All of them, as far as I know, have been recorded in Nottinghamshire. Most feed on birch. However, Dyseriocrania here is the only oak feeder we have. It's a smart little thing when seen well in photographs.